girlies, it's a girl back with another video. So for today's video, we're gonna be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. It's gonna be like a little bit of a random recap. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. So I know I'm like super late and behind the game on my posting game 2025, but I just feel like my 2025 started off very not traditional in like a New Year's sense, because you know we did go to Mexico. So we went to Mexico from the 8th to the 15th of January. Mind you, before that I was getting ready for the trip. I was working as much as I could so that I had money for the trip. And yeah, because you know I work for myself, so if I don't work I don't make no money. So I wanted to make sure I was in a good position so that when we left I was fine, and that when we got back I was still fine. So yeah, here we are back from Mexico. And also I was gonna vlog in Mexico, but I'm just not good at vlogging in public all the way just yet. I can take my camera to the gym and that's about it. But I did take some clips and stuff so I can like show you guys while I'm talking about it. It was also really crazy because literally right before we left from Mexico to come back here to the US, Justin got really sick and like my sister's boyfriend got really sick. And then as soon as I got here, like the day after, I got super sick. So I was sick for like a week and it was not cute. It did not feel good. I think I had some kind of flu, to be honest, because I had body aches like crazy. I'm finally feeling a lot better today. I feel like you can still kind of hear it in my voice, but we are here and we are showing up. All right. Okay. I also wanted to start off by saying that I have been using this Pixi Glow Tonic toner. And I don't know if it's this or a combination of other things, but I feel like this has been really good for my skin. So I really like to prep my skin with this first. I heard somewhere that the order of products should be toner, serum, moisturizer, and sunscreen. I don't always use moisturizer because I feel like the other products do enough for me, and I do have oily skin, so I don't really like to use moisturizer all the time. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. So we got back from Mexico, y'all. I got super sick, and that's honestly what's like deterred me from like making content, because I just have not, I hadn't been feeling like myself when we got back, and I was just like not feeling good. And I'm like, you know what, at the end of the day, it is just social media. My year does not have to start along with everybody else's, and I'm okay with that. I really am, because I feel like sometimes you beat yourself up about like things not being the way that you imagined it. But like life will happen to you, and sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, literally all the time. I did go ahead and go in with my vitamin C serum. This is the one by Goodall. And then I also went in with my La Roche-Posay sunscreen. This is the Anthelios Clear Skin Sunscreen. I like this one because it doesn't make my face feel oily, so yeah. Alright, today we're gonna be going in. I purchased another one of the Kylie Cosmetics skin tints. I really like these. I know some people don't. You either love the Jenners and the Kardashians or you hate them. I love them. So, and honestly, I don't even think it's because I'm biased, but anything that I've purchased from Kylie Cosmetics in her newer era of makeup, because back then those palettes were atrocious, but anything like skin base that I bought, and honestly also the lip butter, their lip butter is so good. But anything that I bought from Kylie Cosmetics in the more recent years, I've been obsessed with. I also really love their perfume. The Cosmic one, I don't know where I put it. I have a mini one here. It just smells so freaking good. Like, it smells so good. If you want to smell like money, you want to smell expensive, you gotta get you this one. Find you a sample to smell, because this smells so good. So anyways, the trip started off with me. Honestly, both me and Justin, we were packing the night before. I had gave myself the day prior. I gave myself the whole day off the day before we left Mexico so that I could get everything ready. I had to do my own nails that day. I had to go get my toes done. And I also had to run around and get a couple things for a couple people for my family in Mexico. So I was just busy all day that day, which was stressing me out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even had time to pack. Like, I think I got home like around 8 o'clock that night. And so I had to run a load of laundry so I could make sure I had enough of the things that I needed to be clean before I left. So I was already in a pissy mood, but I managed to get done packing. I want to say it was like 12:30. And so our flight left the next day at 5:25 in the morning. And you know, I like to get there at least like 2 hours early to to the airport. I wanted to be there by 3. So we ended up calling our Uber at like 2 something. So I really only had like an hour, 2 hours worth of sleep that night. Like I really took a nap that day, which was crazy within itself. But whatever, we made it to the airport the following day. For those who don't know, you can actually go ahead and reserve a ride on Uber. That way you don't have to wait for the morning up to see if you're gonna be able to have somebody pick you up from the airport. We live in Charlotte, but we live closer to Harrisburg, so it's a little bit further out from the airport. And at that time, we were concerned that maybe we weren't gonna be able to find an Uber in that area to like pick us up, but we were able to reserve the ride a day before, so that was good. A lot of my family had already left to Mexico by this point because a lot of their flights had already, like they left a couple of days or a week prior than we had, so we didn't really have anybody that I could ask to take us to the airport. So Uber came in and saved the day, so that was fine. So for the flight to Mexico, we actually had a layover in Dallas. It was a connecting flight, it wasn't really layover. I don't know if layovers are like overnight or not, but anyways, we got to Dallas and we had to run to make it to our connecting flight. It was so funny because Justin was like, oh my gosh, I thought people only did that in movies or whatever. So yeah, we literally barely made it to our next flight, but we did make it. And then we finally made it to Mexico. The first day that we were there, we didn't really do much, which was I was pretty much okay with because we were exhausted literally from not having any sleep and the flight travel time and stuff. So we literally were able to take a nap at my grandma's house. One of my cousins picked us up with my dad, and when we got to my grandma's house, which is where we usually stay when we get to Mexico, we were able to take a nap. I think it was like a 2 or 3 hour nap. It felt so good because we were exhausted. And then the following day, one of the first things that we did was go to La Basilica of Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe. So that was really good. I grew up Catholic, so that was one of those things that we would always go to whenever we went to Mexico, like to visit. While we were there, we also we went and like took pictures. They have like people will be set up around the area so that you can take like family pictures and stuff. And my cousin was like, oh, y'all should get one, I'll pay for it, it'll be like my present to y'all. And I'm so glad that we did because we don't really have a lot of like family pictures like this. So here you see my sister's boyfriend. This is my sister Melanie. She's the one younger, one below me. And then this is my mom right here. And then this is my little sister. This is my dad, me, Justin, my older sister, her kid, and her husband. So yeah, I thought this picture was so cute. I'm so glad that we took this. Super cute. And so then from there, I don't know if we did anything that night. We just went back to my grandma's house. My cousin and my sister did a little bit of shopping at the centro. I'm gonna quickly go off camera and fill my eyebrows in and then be right back. All right, eyebrows are on. They're not twins. They're barely sisters, but they're here. So the next day, what we did was more exciting, and it was more exciting for a couple of other people and rather not me, but it was so exciting because I got to see it. But my dad and my 2 younger sisters went skydiving. Oh my gosh. So I did not go, and Justin did not actually throw ourselves out of the plane. We went with them to the place, but we just didn't skydive. Justin didn't want to skydive because he's like, you know, God forbid anything happen. You know, how do I make sure my parents know where I'm at? He was just like thinking about the what ifs. He just wanted to be more cautious. He was just more so like, if anything happens to me, like I don't know how my parents are gonna know where I'm at, how they're gonna find my body, whatever. So he didn't want to go skydiving because of that. And I didn't want to go skydiving because I wanted my first time skydiving to be with Justin. And you're probably thinking, Karina, like you could have gone skydiving, like you shouldn't have let him hold you back. He wasn't holding me back because I have this thing with like doing things for the first time, and I wanted to share that with Justin. So I have no issue waiting or whatever. It was so funny because when I posted the pictures of that day to my Instagram, Justin's mom asked Justin like, why didn't you go skydiving? And so he told her why. She was like, oh yeah, true. But Justin was like, next time we go, he would be down to go skydiving. So even if it is in Mexico. So I'm excited that now he's excited. I definitely had FOMO a little bit. My mom was like, why aren't you going? I know you like this stuff, but I wanted to go skydiving with Justin for the first time. And he was just being cautious, which I'm okay with. I don't, you know, what is what it is. And we still have a lot of life left to live. Hopefully, you know, God willing, to go skydiving one day. But I was very happy for my dad, especially because he has been wanting to go skydiving literally since I can remember. And so I'm glad that he was finally able to experience that. And my sisters, I went ahead and put some concealer in my eyelids to even them out. I'm going to go in with the Lunar Beauty Day to Night palette. I don't know if I'm obsessed with the magnet component of it all. Like, I wish he would have just done it like a 2-in-1 where like it was stuck together, but whatever. I'm going to go in with this transition shade here in the corner, and I'm just going to put that all in my crease just to have like a slight crease moment. I think this is like the easiest way to dress up your eyelids without doing too much. This is literally what I did for the wedding, because when you have eyelash extensions, I feel like it's a little hard to do your makeup. But anyways, shout out to my sister, because I still have, this is the same set of eyelash extensions that she did for me before we left to Mexico, and that was like a week before the wedding. So I've had these on for like 3 weeks now, it seems like. I'm gonna show you guys some of the footage that I got from the place. It was so cool because every few minutes you would see like new parachutes coming down from the sky, and it was so cool. What else? Let me see. I feel like I'll be forgetting stuff, so I'm like having to go back to my phone to see what happened in between. Here is footage of my sisters and my dad going into the plane. I thought that was so cool. And then I have footage of them coming down. I tried my best to record. So I got footage of all, like each. My dad, my Melanie, and Carolina. Caro! I can kind of see them on here. Yeah, I see it.
They probably can't hear shit with
No,
that.
they can't. This 5x zoom on here is good. There's Melanie. Skydiving, we went to eat to this restaurant that was like kind of close by. It was called Vikingos, and it was really cool because it was almost like a beach club situation. So we were able to eat like on the water, and they had like a lot of like cute photo op moments so that you can like take pictures. So that was cool to have an experience for like the memories of it all. And then after that, we all went with my uncle to see one of his houses that he wanted to show us, and it was really nice. It was like in a gated community, and that's where some of us stayed for the wedding. And then me and Justin actually had a room that we reserved that was going to be in the same garden as the wedding venue. So we went there that night. We couldn't really see much at night because it was already dark, but when we woke up the next morning, we paid for the breakfast that was in that same garden, and it was so pretty. The breakfast was, I had some huevos rancheros, and Justin had some chilaquiles with pancakes or waffles, I can't remember, but it was all super good. And then it was time to get ready for the wedding. My cousin had told us, since me and my older sister were part of the wedding, we had to be ready by 1 o'clock. The photographer wanted us to take pictures, like the bridesmaids at that time. And Justin had to be ready at the same time because he was gonna be riding with me wherever it is that I went. Getting ready was super chill, honestly. I wasn't super like stressed about it because I knew exactly what I was gonna be wearing. You know, I was wearing my bridesmaid's dress, and the makeup, I knew I didn't want to do anything crazy. I already had my lashes done, so usually that cuts down some of the getting ready time. The only thing that I didn't know what I was gonna do was to my hair. Usually my cousins, they have somebody available to do your hair if you want it, but I feel like anytime I've ever paid for somebody to do my hair, I never really like it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do my own. And I probably should have practiced something prior to Mexico, us being in Mexico, so that I knew exactly how I was gonna do it. But I ended up just doing it on the fly. I just did a little braid moment. I'll post pictures so you guys can see. Some of you have already seen it because I posted it to my Instagram. I just did like a little braid headband moment, and I left some of my bangs out, and I thought that was good enough. I'm like, it's not my wedding. I don't really care about being like, oh, so pretty, whatever. So I looked good enough, period. But then yeah, we got ready for the wedding. We made it to the pictures, and then when we first walked in to like the garden of where the venue was at, it was so pretty. I said, oh my gosh, my cousin did that. It was like they had sections for everything. So they had like a little section within the garden of where she would have the ceremony, and there was like a section for where the cocktail hour would be, and then the back was where like the actual reception would be. And it was all so pretty decorated, so nice. I think that's one of those things about like doing your weddings in Mexico, is that it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But yeah, the wedding was a really good time. Justin danced the night away with me. I'm very blessed that even though he is not Mexican and it is not Hispanic, he still loves to dance with me. And I've taught him literally almost everything. Like, he knows bachata, he knows cumbia, he knows salsa, he knows banda, he knows rock and roll. Like, he'll dance all of it with me. So we had a really good time. It was so funny when we were in the cocktail hour. My grandfather's brother, so last time we went to Mexico for my other cousin's wedding, he was there, and like him and Justin had a conversation. I can't even remember about what, but I was like translating for them. And then the cocktail hour at this wedding, he like came up to Justin and he was like, oh, da da da. And then I was like, oh my gosh, do you remember him? Like, we were here last time. He said, yeah, I remember him, I don't remember you. And I said, oh my gosh. It was so funny. It was a really good time. I think the wedding was a really good time. My cousin had also like a little photo booth moment where we could like go off and take pictures. And she also had photographers there that were taking pictures of everybody. So we purchased some of those off of the photographer. This is one of them. Very cute. And this is another one. Very cute, very cute. And this is the last one. Very cutesy. I'm glad we have these because now we can frame them. So it was very nice to have these already. The wedding was really good. I think it was a really nice experience to experience that with family. I know my mom, both my parents, they really love that. They really love when me and Justin go to like these things, because obviously you do have to spend a lot of money to, you know, go out of the country and, you know, spend time off and do all these things. It's really nice to be able to do this as a family, and my family received Justin the way that they do. So yeah, after the wedding, we had the driver drop us back off at our room, so that was nice. So right before we left for the wedding, I bit the bullet and I bought one of the Patrick Ta eyeshadow duos. This one is in the shade We Need Better Lighting. This is the one that has like the white and the gold. I'm gonna use the gold one this time. I think last time I used the other one, or actually I think I used the gold one too. So I'm just gonna dab this over my eyelid. Do I think these are worth the $42 that they cost? I don't know. Maybe just because I kind of want to pick up another shade, because they are super reflective. I don't know if you guys can see. My eyelids are super sparkly. They are super reflective in person too. So are they worth it? They might be, but definitely not worth it enough to buy all of them. I think I might just pick up one more, so we'll see. This was basically the eyeshadow look that I did for the wedding. It was nothing crazy. I did have more lashes at that point, so my lashes were more full. After the wedding, the following day, they had a recalentado, which basically is just like a brunch at the same place, and that was nice. It was nice because we were able to see family again, but it was not nice because the servers that day were not good. Like, the servers at the wedding were like really good, A1. One of the girls that was assigned to our table, she did such a good job. Like, she was very attentive the entire night. But at the brunch, I don't know what was going on with them. It was just, I don't know if there just wasn't enough of them, but it was not what it needed to be. The food was still good, so that was nice. Where did we go from there? I feel like from there we went back to my grandma's house. Just kidding, we did not go back to my grandma's house. We ended up going to this place called Tepoztlan. They call it like a magical place because they try to keep it as natural as they can, and it was really nice because you get to see this huge range of mountains, and you just see a lot of culture there. We went for some food there. We walked around a little bit. We also got some ice cream at that place. There was this huge ice cream store that you could have. They had like over 50 flavors, it seemed like. And then the following day we went to visit my grandma on my dad's side. She's getting a little older, so anytime we go to Mexico we make it a point to go see her. So it was nice seeing her and my aunt. We had some really good food there, and then we kind of just chilled the rest of that day. And then the following day we were gonna go spend some time with my cousin in Mexico City because we wanted to go to Chapultepec, but we ended up going, but when we got there the castle that we wanted to get into was closed. And we probably should have like read the stuff online before we went, but you know, whatever. We'll go next time. And then that night we went to go eat at this restaurant. It's called Ling Ling. It was like an Asian infusion place. It was so nice. It was like super high up, I think on like floor 50 something, and you could see the entire city from the view from the top. It was really, really nice. Like even the bathrooms were so pretty. I took pictures in the bathroom and I'm like, wow. Like each stall had its own sink and everything. It was really nice. The food was really good. But then from there we went back to my grandma's house, and the following day is when we went back home to the US. So yeah guys, we were there for a total of a week, but it felt honestly a lot longer. So that was that. I'm very happy that we went. I think next time I'll just better prepare, but I think all in all we did a good job on like going on this trip, leaving the house clean, coming back and feeling refreshed. We were sick when we got back, but I think it was still a really good time. But yeah, now we're back in the US. At this point we get back and I'm super sick, so I wasn't really like feeling up to anything, y'all. We still haven't even been grocery shopping, to be honest. Like I've done a little bit of groceries, but I think our 2025 is definitely gonna start either next week or in February. And honestly, I'm okay with that. I saw somewhere that some people, and I feel like this is also the case for me, I really don't feel like the new year is the new year until spring comes around, because I feel like I blossom with nature and I feel the best when nature is also like blooming and sprouting. So I'm gonna take it for what it is, but I still have goals that I want to accomplish in Q1. So I'm gonna get those rolling, and that way I feel like I'm still being productive with my time. I wasn't the best at like posting when we got back from Mexico, but I'm okay with that because I was super sick, and sometimes it's okay to just sit the fuck down and give your body some rest. So that's what I did. I just realized I didn't set my under eyes, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit again. I am really excited for everything that 2025 is to bring. I am not excited about planning for this fucking wedding. I feel like every time I think about it, I get so stressed out. Oh my gosh, I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do. I have no idea. We don't even have a date yet. What ends up driving the date is gonna be the venue. And part of me just doesn't even want like a big wedding, y'all. But then it's just like, I have family, Justin has family, like it's gonna be a decent size, right? Because I can't not invite family. How do people do that? I've been using these little Tarte blushes that I got off TikTok shop. I got them for a really good steal. It was like a pack of like 6 or 7 or 8 of them for a really good price. But yeah guys, wedding planning is coming up. I will be keeping y'all posted with all of that. I also want to read more this year. I really want to make it a goal of reading at least 1 book per month. So I did already finish my first book, and it's kind of cheating because I started reading this one last year, but I started reading It Ends With Us last year by Colleen Hoover, and I literally just finished it yesterday. That's this one. Initially when I started reading it, I was like, it was kind of cringe because like guys don't really talk like that. Like the way she would like write that the guy was talking, I'm like, I don't know, but we're gonna keep going. So I feel like it got good for me after I got like halfway through it, but then I actually really did enjoy it when I finished it. When I bought this book, I got it with a bundle with It Starts With Us. So I just started It Starts With Us this morning. And then I think for my next book, I want to read something by Abby Jimenez because I've been seeing so many people rave about Abby Jimenez. So I want to try her writing. So I'm excited for that. If you have any book recommendations, I already had a few people send me some because I posted that on Instagram. But definitely let me know because I'm back in my book reading journey. I used to be a book girly back when I was in like middle school and high school, and then life happened and I stopped reading. But I really want to make it a point to read more. I was telling Justin, hold on, let me do my lips really quick. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Precision Pout Lip Liner in the shade Saturn. This is my first time trying her lip liner formula, so let's see. The pencils are kind of small, to be honest. Like they're not that big. Like I feel like compared to like a MAC lip liner, she's not giving you that much product. I'm sorry in advance if you can see how crusty my lips look. I've been so dehydrated since I got sick, but let me go get her lip butter. All right, y'all, so this is the Kylie Cosmetics lip butter. I don't know if she put crack in this, but this feels so good on the lips. Like so good. If you ever catch her have a sale, get you one of these. You will thank yourself later. Oh my gosh, I forgot highlight. I've been really into highlight these days. Not too much, just a little bit. I feel like I've come to the conclusion that highlight is for me because I am more of a matte girl. So right now, this is very matte. I don't know if it's because it's winter and it's very dry right now, or if this Kylie skin tint is just, I don't remember this Kylie skin tint being dry or matte the first time I used it, or like super matte. So I don't know, but I'm gonna put some highlight on. I'm gonna go in with the House Labs highlight in the shade Rose Quartz. It's the pink one. I really like to look like a fairy when I put my highlight on, so I'm gonna dab this in here and dab this over here, dab the nose a little bit, and then dab this over here. I just love a cute rosy moment. All right, y'all, but that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and also give this video a huge thumbs up. It would really help me out. And yeah, guys, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.